What up guys, how you guys doing? I'm Thomas and we're back with another how to slice. In today's how to slice video, we're going to be checking out a awesome office accessory. So let's go. So this is a really scary clock that you need for your desk. And in this video, we're going to be checking out the best print settings to print it. So first off, as you can see, this is a multi-part model. So this is fantastic. You can be printing each part in a different color in your monocolor printer and get a really nice multicolor result. So this is fantastic, simply fantastic. As you can see, we got lots of tiny parts, as I have set right here in the build plate, and we got these two big parts right here that we're gonna be taking a look later. And make sure you check out the link where to buy the mechanism. So let's go to the print settings. Right here, in the layer height, we're going to be printing this model at 0.2 millimeter. Feel free to reduce this value as you may like. At 0.2 millimeter layer height, we're going to get a really good balance between time of print and quality. So this is quite nice. As for vertical shelves, we're going to be leaving at 3. This way, we're going to get a really rigid model to as this is a functional model, we really need some resistance. As for infill, we're going to be increasing to 10% just so we can get a really rigid model to print. As for fill pattern, we're going to be leaving at gyroid infill pattern. This is fantastic because gyroid prints in waves, so your printer never goes on a straight line while printing the infill. So this is fantastic. As for skirt and brim, let's analyze if this model really needs brim. So brim is a really nice feature to increase the surface of contact to the build plate, such as this one right here. So let's say this is quite a small area. So brim would increase this area. This model right here can be printed without any brim. But if your models tend to unstick from the build plate or you have some troubles, so your model unstick from the build plate or tip off, fall off, there are some tips I could give you just to help with your bed adhesion. So first off is always clean your build plate to guarantee really clean surface to print on. Remove all of the dust and oils from your finger that are on the build plate because it impacts a lot the bed adhesion. It doesn't let the filament glue down and hold on the build plate. Make sure that your printer is really well leveled. This is going to guarantee a good first layer. And the first layer is the layer that holds your model down to the build plate. So guarantee a really good first layer. And last, feel free to use other types of adhesion such as glue stick to help your models adhere to the build plate. So this is fantastic. Feel free to add brim if you may like. This is optional. Feel free to add a 4 millimeter brim. It's going to help a lot, I guarantee, but it is optional. You do not need, but if you're uncomfortable with it, feel free to add some brim. As for support material, we're going to be adding support material, but just to one model, this model right here, but we're going to do it afterwards. So we're going to be leaving untoggle for now, but we're going to be needing some support afterwards. As for speed, feel free to print this model with your standard print speed, especially for Bambu Lab printers. Feel free to print with a profile that you may like and you are comfortable with it. But if you're going to change any of these values, always to lower values, never print faster. It's better to print slow one time than trying to print really fast and it failing multiple times. So guarantee a really good print, a really slow print to guarantee a really nice end result. Right here on the first layer speed, I have reduced from 30 millimeters to 20 millimeters a second. This is going to guarantee a really slow first layer to guarantee, as I said before, the first layer is the most important layer. All of the other layers are going to go on top of this one, so guarantee really good first layer. Feel free to change this value as you may like. Printers vary, so speed vary. This is for the Ender 3v3 SE. This is the standard. Feel free to print with the standard print speed for your printer. So this is quite nice. Now we are ready to slice just this build plate. So as you can see, we have sliced and it looks quite nice. As I've said before, brim is optional, but it is well recommended. So add brim if you're uncomfortable with it. I do consider a lot. So I do recommend a lot adding brim. Right here, as you can see, we got all of the layers being printed out quite nicely. Add brim, especially to these models right here. I did not add brim because we were able to print this without any brim, but I do recommend a lot to guarantee a good quality print and avoid your prints unsticking from the build plate. As you can see, if you go down the layers, they look quite nice, all of the parts. So let's go to the other parts that are left out, such as this one. This one I'm going to be leaving out because it's quite easy to print. You can be printed with the exact same configurations as this one. It actually could fit right here. This is the only parts that will be needed to print it separately. And remember, as I said before, this is a multi-part model, so you can be printing in different colors to get a really nice end result. So as for this part right here, we're going to be adding some support. So let's do that. We're going to be adding a grid support. Feel free to add, you can be painting, but as this is a quite easy support, we're going to be adding a grid. We're going to be generating automatically. So generate support material, and let's try the auto-generated to see if we're going to get a really nice result, or it's going to add some support where we do not need. We're going to be selecting a grid, and right here on top interference layers, let's reduce just to 1 so it's easier to remove. As this is going to be the interior part, if the model doesn't, there's some inconsistencies, no one's going to be able to see, so this is quite nice. So now let's just slice this part. So as you can see, we have sliced and it did not add the support, which it did not add the best support. As you can see, it did not add support right here, and it added in some areas that do not need support. So auto-generated is not the way to go. This is why I like to show and test out right here. So not auto-generated, we're gonna have to be painting. So just go over here, just untoggle auto-generated. We're gonna be increasing the brush size so we do not need to, so it's faster to paint. So we can just give a paint all the way through right here. We can just give it a scrub, and this looks quite nice. Now we are ready to slice. Let me just show the settings. Not auto-generated, still grid, and still light. So now let's slice again. So as you can see, we have sliced and it looks quite nice right here. As you can see, it added the support material right here. We left out this part right here, which we're gonna be painting a little bit right now, but as you can see, it looks quite nice. It added a grid, so this support, the paint on support is the way to go. It bleeded out a little bit of support, but it's going to be easily removed after. This is just a slicer error, but it looks fantastic. Fed out, so just we gotta guarantee a good paint right here, but it is ready to print. And the grid for flat regions is the best and best support to go. 3 is well recommended for some parts, some models that are more curved. So on flat parts, I do recommend a lot grid. It's really easy to remove. So as you can see, this is a fantastic model. Grab some nice filaments that you have laying around. Make sure you guarantee some STL Flix filaments because they look really nice. So guarantee yours now and enjoy this print. So the model is ready to print. Make sure to check out stlflix.com for more models like this one, and I'll see you in another one.
I hope you guys enjoy it. Those slicing videos are an initiative from STL Academy, which is the educational project from STL Flix. So if you guys want to learn more about 3D printing, you could check our description and look at STL Academy courses. And don't forget, see you guys at the next slicing.